Hey guys, this is Johnny FD. Welcome to my income report for the month. And this is my passive income report for the last 31 days. So it is now August, but this is for July 1st through 31st. And it's insane how many places I've been traveling in this last month. The best thing about this is because I set up my businesses to be completely passive, or at least semi-passive, where I can just check in, through email once every couple of days. I've been able to earn money while traveling around Europe. And the reason why this is so exciting for me is because if you've read Life Changes Quick, my buddy Kurt he came to Europe for the summer, and I was in Chiang Mai telling myself, I don't really want to go to Europe in the summer. And that was when I realized I can't go there. I don't have enough money to travel in Europe because it's expensive. But I'm going to give you guys a couple tips and tricks on how to make it a lot less expensive, but also how to have enough passive income even if you wanted to go to the more expensive places, that you wouldn't have to worry about it. So let's get into the income report. I was basically traveling from Porto, Portugal, which is in the north, which is actually a lot cheaper than Lisbon. So that's a great way to save some money if you want to see all the beauty of Portugal, have some great wine and food, enjoy the weather and not spend as much. Went to Lisbon for a few days, and then I actually went to Brussels in Belgium, which is actually super expensive. So you can skip that unless you really want some beer and some chocolate. I was in Berlin for a few days, super expensive there as well. It is cheaper than the rest of Germany, but compared to places like Lisbon or Warsaw, it is 2-3 times the price. So if you read my blog and go through all the different travel guides that I've been writing while I've been just bouncing around Poland and Warsaw and all these crazy places in Germany and Belgium and Portugal, you can kind of compare the prices and see what is best for you. So without further ado, here is the actual income report itself. All right, so as you can see, this photo is taken in Poland, where I am right now. I'm actually flying out to my next destination tomorrow, which I'll definitely blog about. But Poland has been amazing, both Warsaw and Krakow. Definitely read the travel guide to that. You can see for yourself. But let's talk about the actual income. How am I making enough money online through my passive income so I can continue this travel throughout Europe and throughout, Asia, and all the places I want to go. So first, we have my book sales. So my book sales actually went up this month from $257 to $323. The reason why I like book sales so much is these books were written, 2-3 years ago now. And even though they're still relevant, they're still great books, I don't have to rewrite it every single month. With a lot of businesses that people have online, they're constantly, writing or creating content. What's great about books is as long as it's a good book that is evergreen, as in, it tells a story that people can benefit from now or 3 years from now, people are going to buy it. And as long as it's a good book and people leave great reviews, like you see here, these are all from this month, people are going to just continue buying the book. You don't have to advertise it or promote it or anything like that. So it's pretty awesome. So I made $233 from the Kindle sales, $71 from direct downloads of the PDF at either lifechangesquick.com or 12weeksinthailand.com. And then for my paperbacks, I made $18. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think one of the reasons why this profit went up from last month is I was featured in a couple different places. I didn't link to it here, but I was actually featured in Forbes this month. And then on Path Hunters, which is a podcast, which is really cool about how the journey starts. So less about the actual business itself, but more about, dealing with your parents and things like that. So take a listen to that podcast if you're interested. And also, Leah Davis from The Sweetest Way, she wrote a new book called Take Your Life Back, and she had a feature of me in there. So that could be, the reason why the book sales went up, is because people started to hear a little bit about my story, and they're like, oh, this is really interesting. Let me read more about it. So my second income stream is from Udemy. So courses on Udemy are also completely passive, because once you create them, you don't really have to do anything. Obviously, if you promote it yourself, you have a higher chance or a better chance of making more money from it. But what's really awesome is my last course that I launched now 2 months ago, Dropship Lab, it still makes a couple $100 a month. So actually the majority of this $446 is from Dropship Lab. And what's really awesome about it is only about half of that is actually from my promotion. And what that means is as long as you are sending Udemy some traffic and sending them new sales, they will pretty much match it. It's not like a 401k plan or something, but they know that this is a selling course. They know that, you have something that people want to buy, and they will spend their own ad dollars. They'll send affiliates. They'll list you on, the recommended pages, or, a little bit forward in the search terms. So you end up making usually about double of what you promoted. So this month made $446. Pretty happy with that. The reason why it was so much higher last month is that was the first full month that Dropship Lab was launched. So in the beginning, there's always more people who have been following my stuff that is excited. But to be honest, what I'm really excited about is never, having to promote it myself, and just having people write reviews or share it with their friends, and having Udemy promote it on my behalf. So if you don't know what Dropship Lab is, it's basically all the formulas I use to take my dropshipping stores, which usually make about $1,000 to $3,000 a month, but how to basically squeeze more money out of them, out of different different ways to optimize it and get different income streams for it to be a six-figure business. So take a look at that if you're interested. But my actual dropshipping stores itself are what I'm really excited about. So one of the big downsides of me selling my store a few months ago is, even though I got a nice one-time payment of $60,000, I've now given up that $2,000 a month income, which was making, I'll probably around $2,000 to $3,000 a month on average. But the funny thing about it is, my buddy Chris, who's still running his stores now, he was complaining, saying that I don't have any work to do, that I can just go on pub crawls at night or hang out, with people, go and just, enjoy the travels, while he has to go home and he has to deal with fulfilling orders and sending out shipping confirmations and customer service, things like that. But I had to remind him, I said, remember 2 years ago, before you did this, you were jealous because you had no customers. And you were like, oh man, Johnny, I wish I can hang out with you all day and go to places like Thailand and be able to just go home and work for a few hours. So it's one of those things where you always want to get to the next step. And that's part of the reasons why I had this journey, and I'm publishing it for all of you to see, is because I want you guys to be able to follow along. That first step really is to have some kind of online income, even if you are the one answering the emails. When I first started my first store, I was happy to take phone calls at 2 a.m, because it was way better than working a 9-to-5 job for someone else. So good news is now Chris is ready for the next step, where he's going to start hiring VAs and automating a lot of things so he can free up his time as well. So I still have one store that I run, and this month we did okay. We had $10,000 in revenue, but cost of goods are high, shipping costs are high. Spent almost $1,000 on ads. So in total, profit is a little bit over $1,000. So $1,106. Not bad for a semi-passive business that I'm not really that involved with in day to day. If you want to start your own dropshipping store, I have this a PDF coupon that you can click, and you can just download it. And there are discounts to pretty much every single thing that I use to start my dropshipping stores. So take a look at that. So my next section that I'm really excited about is the income from my investments. And the reason why I like this so much is because when your money makes you money, it is 100% passive. All the other businesses I have, they're semi-passive. So, I can just not, look at it. But 2-3 months, if they pass, if I don't answer emails, I'm sure there's going to be customers who, didn't get the book or are unhappy for some reason, and they need to contact you. And you need to be able to address it. But now the thing about investments is they actually did a study, and they realized that the people who did the best with their investments, I think it was with Fidelity, were, and you can listen to this in the last episode of Invest Like a Boss, but the people that did the best were not the professionals, they were not the amateurs, they were the people that either completely forgot that they had a Fidelity account, or people who had died. And the reason why they do the best is because most investing, you're supposed to just kind of set it and forget it. You can't get emotional when there's ups and downs in the market. For example, here's a screenshot from my Vanguard funds, which are VTI index funds. And you can see at the beginning of the year, they dropped a lot. I lost $2,000 every month, while it was dropping. And if I was emotional about it, if I wasn't as educated with investing, I would have thought, oh man, it dropped 2,200, now it dropped 2,300. It's gonna keep dropping. Let me sell all my shares now. Let me get out. And if I did, I would have lost close to $5,000. And instead, I've left it in there, and I've now gained, way more than 20, 30, like $1,000 from this account because I just leave it. And that's a big secret that you have to kind of learn when it comes to investing. So listen to Invest Like a Boss, this new podcast that I have started with my multimillionaire buddy, Sam Marks, who is a professional full-time investor now because, he had an even bigger sale from his business. Not like my 60K, which is in here, but his is even more. So it's a really fun way to figure out and learn investment strategies from people who are not, 65 plus and worried about like retirement right now. These are things that we want to do to kind of plan for our future, but also kind of have fun with it. So my next income stream is from YouTube. So I have a channel. If you haven't watched this video, it's really fun. It's me in Lisbon. It's filmed to make it look like it's over one long day, but it's actually over a week. And it's one of the most fun videos I've made. Sorry, I haven't made one in every city. I just haven't really had time. And I've also kind of just been hanging out, to be honest. I've been chilling more than I have actually been doing crazy stuff. So this is the video from Lisbon. Take a look at it. And if you watch it, YouTube pays me a few cents. And what's really cool is over the month, I made $61 from people watching my YouTube videos, like this one here. So this was a slight decrease. I don't really know why. It's one of those things about YouTube. But my biggest income stream by far is my income from affiliate offers. And what's awesome and what I love about this most is this is one of those things that keeps paying you back. All right, so you might be wondering what keep paying you back means. So I would say it's twofold, and this is kind of one of the big secrets I teach inside Earnest Affiliate, my affiliate course, is number one, when you recommend things that generally work and they happen to have a recurring billing subscription, so let's say something like hosting where you pay every so month, you will keep getting paid for that until someone cancels that service. So if it's a service that sucks, they're going to cancel it probably before the free trial is over, before the first month's over, and you're either going to get nothing or you're going to get 20% of, $30, which is nothing. But if you recommend something that really is the best and they use it and they agree it's the best, it works for them, they're getting, exactly what they signed up for. But even better, they maybe ask around, they do some more research, and they realize the recommendation you gave them really is the best. They're going to continue to use that service, and you're going to get, whatever that your income split would be. It might be 10%, 20%, sometimes even 30% of the monthly recurring billing for that software or that service or whatever it is. The second is even for one-off items. So let's say you buy a microphone that I recommended. It's not like you have to pay for that microphone every single month. So I only get the affiliate commission once. But what's awesome is when you recommend something that generally works and people buy it and then they get it in the mail and they're like, wow, this really is as good as Johnny recommended. What happens is you end up trusting, you end up building that a trust relationship. You're like, okay, this person is only recommending things that genuinely work. They know what they're talking about. They've done the research and they're not recommending a bunch of crap. They're recommending things that they personally use and that they genuinely recommend. So when that happens, people come back and they buy more stuff through your links. They actually remember to go through your links. So big, shout out and thank you to everyone who has messaged me, or I'm sure there's tons of people who have done it without messaging me. Thank you guys even more. Is people say, Johnny, like, thank you so much for the reviews you do or the advice you give. I went out of my way to make sure I used your link when I bought XYZ, and that makes me so happy because not only do I get rewarded for the efforts and the time I put out there, but also it kind of shows that people like me and they trust me enough to want to use my links. So for example, I make money through Amazon affiliates, and you can see here I made $279 from this account this month, and these are some of the items that I have gotten credit for. Now, one caveat, and which I actually teach in the course, is you're not actually recommending all these little things. So like the men's Under Armour Cold Gear, shirt or something, or the some of these other things like this Columbia men's shirt or something. these are not things that I'm actually linking to or reviewing and selling. What's really cool about a lot of affiliate sites, including Amazon, is if they use your link to go to the site and they end up buying something else, even though you didn't mention it yourself, you still get credit for it. And these things add up. This month it's almost $300 from just this one source. I have all these other sources as well. Right now I have about 5 different networks that I use, and I have 5 case studies inside Earnest Affiliate where I show you exactly which ones they are, just so I can go a little bit more in depth. But what's awesome is just by doing this, I've earned $22,191 this month, not by selling any of my own products. I didn't make this microphone that people bought. I didn't make any of the software that people were signing up for, or any of the things that people have bought through my affiliate link. I am simply getting credit for being a trustworthy source of recommending it, reviewing it, and pointing people in the right direction towards what they need. And what's really, really awesome is this month, this amount keeps going up. If you look at my affiliate commission from a year and a half ago, even, it was a couple $100, and it was because I wasn't really recommending that many things. I wasn't taking the time to review things. Honestly, I was too busy running my own business to focus attention on being able to do these things, to interview all these people for the podcast, make all these videos, write all these blog posts, things like that. And now I'm so fortunate that I'm in a position where I have so much free time where I can just really enjoy myself, but also help other people get started. So this is why that number is here. And what makes me so excited and so happy is the amount of people who message me through Facebook or tweet at me, letting me know that they are now successful with whatever their online business is, whether it's Kindle publishing or drop shipping or eBay. And I get messages literally every other day saying, Johnny, thanks so much, I made my first sale. Or Johnny, thanks so much, I'm now making $2,000 a month or $4,000 a month. And the coolest thing is the amount that people are making based on my recommendations is way more than the $22,000 that I've made referring them. So this is the beauty and power of affiliate marketing. And that's why I'm so excited about it. So now let me just show you a little bit more about, all the other sources I have. So the great thing about having courses is you're able to show people how you were successful with whatever endeavor you did, whether it's fitness or yoga or online business, or even cooking. So here is the results from my course, Earnest Affiliate, where I teach people how to find and get approved by different affiliate offers, and how people can basically create their own passive income through affiliate marketing, but in a very earnest way, a very honest way, where you're not just trying to make a quick buck, but you are genuinely helping people and building relationships, gaining people's trust, and making sure they're getting a return on their investment. So they always want to come back to you. And this is one of the big pillars inside my course I teach. Inside the course, there's nothing crazy in there. It's more about how to develop a game plan, how to have the understanding of why it's important for you to free up your time and actually get paid to be able to create more stuff. Because, even if you want to be, you want to help people, even regardless if you get paid or not, we only have so much time in the day. And if we're not getting rewarded for it back, we don't have time or the money to go create more things for people. So it's one of those, win-win situations where every single person, they benefit from what you're recommending, and also in return you get money, so you can have the freedom to be able to create more content for them, whether it's interviews on podcasts or YouTube videos or blog posts, writing books, creating courses, things like that. So for this month I made $2,875 from my courses, so I'm really, really excited about that. Half of that came from me selling it directly, actually a little bit more than half, and then a big chunk of it, $1,200, came from something called Paradise Pack, which I participated in this year. It's a 7-day flash sale where they bundle up a bunch of things. So this year, I included the first part of Earnest Affiliate. So people didn't get access to my case studies or any of the advanced automation or anything like that, but they got just enough where they can learn what is, how to get started. And the reason why I wanted to participate in this is I knew that people who, were going to buy this package, I think it was $200, and they got a ton of things from other people. The reason why I wanted to include myself on it is I knew that a lot of those people on the other person's email list probably would not have found me otherwise. So it was a really win-win situation where his list, his customers can get access to the first part of my course, which hopefully they will learn a lot from and they want to continue. And I got a nice chunk of change from it. So if you don't follow me on Twitter or Facebook yet, go ahead and click it and follow me there, because that's where I'll announce things like this. So in total for this month, I made a crazy $26,651. This is me literally, is it yesterday? No, 2 days ago now, on a kayak in the small village town of Elk, Poland in the north. And I got to hang out with my buddy Christian right here, his girlfriend Marta, which you can't see because she's behind here, my buddy Chris from Orange County, and we're in this random small city in the middle of the forest in Poland. And I was on this kayak for the entire day with no, without a computer, without phone, but I'm still making passive income. And this has basically been a summary of what I've been doing, not only this last month, but this last 2 years now. And this amount is way more than I'm spending. So I'm going to break down my exact expenses, but it's way less than $26,000, which means I got to use some of this money to be able to buy investments so I can have my money make me money. I can have it go into savings. I can have it for travel, all these amazing things. So here are my breakdown on my different expenses. Here's photos of places I've been. This is all taken in Krakow, which is in the south of Poland. Really amazing place, really beautiful place. I sublet out my apartment in Chiang Mai to a friend, and that way when I get back, I can move back in because I really like the place. But I've been spending money on hostels, hotels, Airbnbs, and even then, I end up spending pretty much the same I would spend just a month in California. So $3,300 it's way more than I normally spend, because in Chiang Mai I spend less than half of that. Usually $1,000 to $1,200, but being able to travel, have Belgian beer and Belgian chocolates. This brand is the best chocolate I've ever had, by the way. Côte d'Or, the pistachio one, is definitely the best thing I've ever had. These beers were incredible. This Le Chouf with the little dwarf, it was probably my favorite at all of these. But if you want to see more, just follow my Instagram, JohnnyFDK on there. There's a link up here. You can check it out. But even with, doing all these cool things, traveling around, staying in hotels, staying in Airbnbs, flying, taking trains, this amount is still less than I would spend in San Francisco for a month, or even in places like Austin, which are getting more expensive now. So I'm now able to donate some money towards some charities that I'm a big fan of. Muay Thai Isan, every month I have a set donation, and this goes and helps poor kids in Thailand, because even though I'm not in Thailand now, it's still been such a big part of my life that I want to help out young kids there that are a bit less fortunate. Warm Heart Worldwide, towards their biochar project. So even though it's not burning season now, people have completely forgot about it, I want to make sure that every year that goes, the burning season is a little bit less intense, less people die from it, less people get lung problems, and it's just I want it to be a better place for people to live that can escape. So big thank you to Evelyn Snazer. I actually don't know how to say his name, but he is the co-founder of Warm Hearts. So thank you so much for taking the time to write me this personal email. I'm very happy to be part of this project, and I will be continuing to donate on a monthly basis. So thank you for that. Also, I sent $1,000 as usual to my parents, and now this money is actually going to go towards them coming out to Europe for the summer. So I'm happy that they're able to save this up and use this money towards coming to visit me. So more on that next month. So overall, July has been an amazing month. So thanks so much for following this journey. Every single month, it's a great way for me to reflect on what I've been doing, make sure that I'm getting ahead with my own businesses, and hopefully you're following along. And I want every single person reading this to be able to follow on the same journey. I would love to meet you out in Europe or in Thailand, or wherever it is, maybe in Hawaii next month. And I want this life for everyone. I want you to have the option to have this life. I know not everyone wants to travel 4 countries in 4 weeks, because it is kind of intense and it's a bit tiring. But I want you to have the option to be able to do that if you want, because I really think this is an amazing time we live in. I mean, there's been no other time in the world that we were able to make passive income with nothing but a laptop. And I just realized my laptop is 3 years old now. This is a MacBook Air. So hopefully in a few months, Apple's going to finally come out with a new MacBook Air. Fingers crossed. But it's awesome knowing that with a 3-year-old MacBook, I can travel the world with really nothing else but a backpack and be able to make $26,000. Was it 26? Wow, I still can't believe that. $26,000 from just a freaking laptop. And this is an amazing time in our lives. So thank you so much for following this journey. Share this income report with your friends, especially the ones who, don't, believe this lifestyle is possible, or they have never met anyone who's done it. I wish that somebody would have shared something like this with me when I first read the 4-Hour Work Week, or when I had a job that I hated and I was unhappy in a cubicle and I didn't know any better. I didn't know this was a solution. So definitely share this with your friends, and I will hopefully see you out here somewhere in Europe, maybe in Thailand. Keep in touch. Peace out.